Hello everyone, Kolonji Murray with TaxAssurances. Just want to do a helpful video for folks that are receiving unemployment income. So every tax season, I come across one or two people or a few more that for one reason or another, life happened and they get unemployment for part or for the full year. The first thing that they want to keep in mind with that, and I remind them, is that unemployment is taxable both at the federal level and the state level. So if the budget allows, you definitely want to have taxes taken out. The tricky part comes in how much to have taken out. And I say tricky because when it comes to me at the end of the year and tax season rolls around, I get to see the total income that was made for the year. So what folks want to keep in mind is that the income that they make from the unemployment, if that's it, then that's going to be one tax bracket. However, if you are married, if you have investment income, if you have business income because you start a business instead of going back to work, if you have a spouse, all of that income gets factored in. So instead of just having that one tax bracket for the unemployment, what I have to remind folks is, and show them when I go over the return, is that we're now including it with all of the other income that was included for the full year. So that's why it becomes somewhat tricky. So I give advice in that if you have the expectation that you're going to make more money, if you kind of have an understanding what that range is roughly, then you want to have more taxes taken out than just what is normally taken, let's say 10% for argument's sake, out of the unemployment income. If again that's the only income you expect to get, then you can stay at that amount. And then obviously if you're looking at groceries and things like that, living expenses, it becomes a little bit more of a challenge to have more income taxes taken out. And in that case, what can happen is you just owe at the end of the year, you work on a payment plan. But again, the first and foremost thing that folks want to keep in mind when it comes to unemployment income is that it is taxable at the federal and the state level, and that you do want to factor in all of your other income that you and your spouse would receive during the course of the year when it comes to figuring out how much in terms of taxes you should have taken out. If you've got more questions, by all means, but until then, take care. Have a good one.